Well, good morning, guys. I got a big surprise yesterday walking through the garden. Happened to walk by and look at my snap beans as I was out here checking on some stuff. And lo and behold, they were ready to start to be picked. So this morning, thought I'd bring you along with me as we go down through these beds here and take a look at them and see what needs harvesting. Certainly won't pick them all, but just for our first pass on this, we'll get started with that. So come on along. And I've been pulling up these things, not pulling them up, bending them over out of the way so I can get in there to them. They're so thick and bushy. Um, but here's what I'm looking at. Trying to see if I can show these to you. They're about finger size. Not feel like quite as much as I'd like, but for the first picking, they're doing pretty well. So if I get a whole basket full like this right here, that'd be perfect. And that's kind of what I'm shooting for today as we go down through this aisle right here. We'll see what we get. And as I do this, I do see a lot of beans that are close to be that size. I see an awful lot of them that are not anywhere close to that. So I'm leaving all those. And what I'll do is I'll have another picking another next week probably, unless they get ready a whole lot faster with the rain we've been having. But it's just go down through here and pick out the bigger ones and leave the smaller ones, and have a second planting next week, and possibly even another picking the week after that. So we'll kind of see how it goes. That's a general plan. And usually about 3 pickings into this thing, it's time to, the last picking, I'll pull these out of the ground and strip the vines clean of any beans that are on there, regardless of the size. And then probably the week after that, probably start replanting this bed over here. Get a third, because I've got another bed right behind the camera that is not quite as ready as this one, but it's starting. It's got beans on it too, but they're not ready to be picked yet. So we'll keep you posted. Having fun out here today, and thank goodness there's no rain just yet. It's supposed to be around 90 degrees today, so I wanted to get out here early this morning and try to get started. I'm sweating already though. It helps a little, I guess. But anyway, I'm going to get back to this and see if I can get this done. Yeah, I'm still picking. It's been a while. Sweating pretty good. But I'm getting some nice beans. I'll show you efforts of my labor here shortly as I'm winding down this first row in this bed. There's another row over there that is going to be just as good from what I've seen. And I found the easiest thing to do is, just scoot along this one side, pick this one, and get on the other side and come back down and pick that one. Tex has been no help at all, other than just kind of keeping the critters away. But anyway, it's hard to get good help these days, so I don't know. But yeah, he came to me, so I give him a chance. We'll see how it works. But yeah, I'm getting some pretty good beans off of some of these things. They're like, wow, okay. We might have snap beans for supper tonight. I don't know. We'll see how that works. Nothing like good fresh vegetables. We've been eating them all week. In fact, last night, dropped a bean there, sorry. Last night we had our squash and our some tomatoes for the first time. and some purple hull peas, actually from last year's garden that we took out of the freezer to go with all that. So tomatoes and squash were this year's. Purple hull peas was last year. But it was very, very good. And I posted a picture up to Facebook just to show my plate, and got a lot of response from that too. Everybody likes my tomatoes and my fresh vegetables, and that's what all this is about. It's good, fresh, healthy vegetables. I use no chemicals whatsoever. We're fortunate, I guess. I don't get a lot of pests either, but as you can see, these flowers are starting to bloom. So I'll get a lot of pollinators in here, and I guess a lot of beneficial insect, pest eliminators, I guess is a good way to put it. I was looking for the right word. But I get the right kind of insects in here that eats the bad bugs. So anyway, it's looking pretty good. I'm going to finish this row out, and then we'll take a break for a while. It's getting hot. It's almost 12 o'clock. Sun's killing me out here this morning, so even though it's starting to cloud up some, but I may wait till in the morning to do this other half of this row. But hang in there with me. I'll piece this all together, and you'll be part of that. As I do this, I'm reminded of picking peas or beans and stuff like this in the garden. My parents always had a nice garden every year. Even my granddaddy had a garden while he lived with us, but he had his own separate garden at times. But I remember lots of times helping them pick like this, and they get to the end of a row, and here we go. Finally, that's the one I've been looking for. And I'd be like, what do you mean? That's just another bee. What do you mean that's the one you've been looking for? He said, it's the last one on this row. So now you can take a break. So that's the one you've been looking for. So that's me today. The last bean on this row, and I'm taking a break. Probably go have lunch. See you later. Well, I'm gonna stand here with my buddy Tex. He was complaining that he didn't get enough attention. So I finished this first bed right here, and the thing about these kinds of pickings is one picking is not the final deal. I've got a pretty good bed in here, but I was a little anxious, I think, and they probably could have plumped up a little more than they have. But all together, this first picking, I think we've got 7 pounds of snap beans. And so that's going to take care of this bed for now. Probably another week on it, and maybe even another week after that. And in the meantime, the one right behind the camera will be getting ready probably next week. So I'll start on it as well. So, but that's kind of the way it is right now. Some things are done, some things are growing, some things are ready. Squash, I'm still picking squash. I come by here and pick it clean, and the next morning I get up and I've got another 10. So it's like, how did I miss all those? So it does make you think about it. But the good news is it's rolling along. We're getting some good harvest. We started eating out of the garden, so that's always good. Like I said before, chemical free, good food. So I'm gonna go pick what's out here from the squash that I didn't get yesterday. And I did have to quit yesterday after the video on my first row here. I came up a little good thunderstorm. So it kind of put me in the house all afternoon. But this morning we're finishing this thing up. We got that bed finished, and so we'll be taking a look at some other things. But for now, I think that's about all I can do on the snap beans. And we'll be harvesting some more stuff along the way. So kind of keep a watch if you're wanting to follow along, and keep up with what we're doing here. And we do appreciate you watching Pa's Garden Journal. I'd love for you to share it with your friends. Let them know we're out here and we're just struggling along and week to week and see what happens. For an old retired guy, just trusting in the Lord to take care of us. And so far, so good. Everything's been good, and I can't complain at all. And so for these things, I want to thank you this morning. And I am finishing these up. Gonna go take a break, then probably grab some lunch. Um, and then we'll probably go sit on that porch swing after lunch and just kind of take a deep breath and recoup and see how things are going and plan my rest of my day and somewhat the rest of the week. So thanks again for watching, and I appreciate you.